Hello everyone and welcome to your favorite news show, Erongo Talk. My name is Leandra Lowe and it is a brand new week with brand new opportunities. Now today we join you here from Dolphin Park near Walvis Bay. We bring you the latest news, that is news and sport news, the weather and tides, and then for our interview segment we are going to reflect on the past weekend's World Food Day celebrations that took place in Utuseb, that is near Walvis Bay. Now there were some speeches, but there were also some dancing, but please don't take my word for it. We'll be right back after this. Please stay tuned. And now it is time for your news, and like we said, we're joining you from Dolphin Park, but unfortunately it's still closed. Now Namibia have been able to curtail and suppress the pandemic through concerted actions that were put in place with the cooperation of the Namibians and by the grace of God, says our President Hage Geingob. Now the President added that although the war against COVID-19 is not yet over, inroads are being made towards recovery. He pointed out that information and data gathered by the National COVID-19 Dashboard Monitoring Cluster for the period from 16 September 2021 to 14 October 2021 indicates that Namibia has been observing a marked decline in the number of new confirmed COVID-19 cases and deaths. The subsiding number of cases is attributable to a number of factors, particularly public compliance to the COVID-19 public health regulations. We should not take this respite for granted. It takes active steps to bring about a reduction in the numbers, and it will require active steps to ensure that the trend is maintained. The President also said that the COVID-19 vaccination coverage is showing signs of progress, especially in the regions that have borne the brunt of the pandemic historically, such as Hartap, Karas, Komas and Erongo. And by now we know that the regulations have changed a bit, that the curfew has been suspended, but let us not abuse this newfound freedom. And then secondly, the police are appealing for help from the public to find the suspects wanted in connection with a murder and a housebreaking with intent to rob and robbery case. Now the unit commander for community affairs in the Erongo region, that is Inspector Eleni Shapumba, confirmed that look for Axel, an 80-year-old Namibian man, was found dead in his house at number 8 in First Avenue in Venita, Swakopmund on Friday. Now two friends of the deceased went to his house after several attempts to contact him on his phone and discovered his body in the bedroom about 6 o'clock that evening. Now according to Shapumba, the body of the deceased was found on the floor next to his bed. Now the suspected robbers also managed to get away with his car, but it was recovered at the DRC settlement that is in Swakopmund. Now Shapumba explained that his hands and feet were tied up with shoelaces and a piece of clothing was stuffed into his mouth. The deceased was staying alone. Now his next of kin has been informed. Now during the preliminary investigations, the police observed 2 footprints in the yard. Now a window was also broken. Now, Shapumba called on anyone who witnessed the incident or have information regarding the possible suspects and the whereabouts to urgently contact Deputy Commissioner Ikuyo, that is at 08124 64757, Detective Chief Inspector Matwange, that is 08124611121, and then Detective Inspector Chiavero, it is 081-413-7105, or the nearest police station. Or you can simply head on over to our website, that's www.erongo.com.na, that's www.erongo.com.na to catch that numbers again. Please stay tuned for our sport news.
security situation has improved considerably in the last 2 decades since independence, this is still a top priority issue for the government of the Republic of Namibia, but we need a collaborative approach to address this situation. Now, according to the preliminary findings of an assessment carried following the 2012 and 2013 drought situation, it was founded that 330,925 people are food insecure. 447,577 people are moderately food insecure, and 859,898 people are food secure. With food insecurity more prevalent in the northern western regions, mainly due to prevailing chronic poverty and droughts. Main contributing factors to food insecurity and undernourishment are the high poverty rate, inequality of the income distribution, and the incidence of HIV and AIDS. Other factors specific to rural areas include, amongst others, chronic drought and consistent water shortages resulting in death and animal of crop failures, widespread social erosion, and land degradation. In the Erongo region, we have been on the receiving end as we had more than 7 years of droughts in Dara's constituency and also here in Utuseb. However, this should not stop us from growing our own food in the region. Access to safe, nutritious, and sufficient food is a basic need and should be treated as a human right with priority given to the most vulnerable in our society. Apart from basic nutrition, food security is linked to economic stability, long-term health, women's empowerment, and the environment. Therefore, communities such as the communities in Utuseb, who stay not far from the river, ought to have an agricultural plantation that will feed its inhabitants and also sell those produce to shops in the nearby towns like Walvis Bay. I would like to invite the Ministry of Agriculture and FAO to consider such initiatives in this area, and surely with the new technologies it can happen. We further need to accelerate policies on the sustainable blue economy so that we can utilize our ocean by utilizing the water to establish sustainable crop production in our region.
This year's World Food Day is being commemorated under the theme, "Our actions are our future, better production, better nutrition, a better environment, and a better life." The theme calls for the transformation of agri-food systems to ensure that everyone, everywhere, has access to enough, affordable, safe, and nutritious food to lead active and healthy lives. With more than 3 billion people, which is almost 40% of the world's population, being unable to afford a healthy diet and obesity being on the rise in all regions, we must all try to do our best to produce food, nutritious food, and thus contributing to zero hunger. The never-growing world population, which is expected to reach 10 billion by 2050, we need to feed the world and nurture the planet. It's just about responding to emergencies. It is about building long-term resilience and changing how we produce and consume food. On the one hand, agri-food systems contribute to climate change, and on the other, they suffer the effects of the same climate change. It's causing low crop yields and decreased livestock productivity, decline in fisheries, aquaculture, and agroforestry production, as well as changes in the nutrient composition of major staples with reduction in proteins, minerals, and vitamins. In Namibia, as one of the most arid countries in the world, around 81% of the population is said to be dependent on a semi-arid environment for their livelihoods, which constitutes 50% of the total land area. This makes the agri-food systems in the country very vulnerable to various shocks and threats such as climate risks, commodity price fluctuations, which in turn pose a threat to food security in the country, placing the lives and livelihoods of many Namibians in jeopardy. We believe that in the objectives of, in the theme of this year's World Food Day, better production, better nutrition, a better environment, and a better life, we'll be able to move forward together to ensure more sustainable food systems, not only in Namibia, but elsewhere in the world. This World Food Day not only presents us with an opportunity to highlight the plight of the hungry population, but also serves as a platform to inspire and strengthen partnerships between stakeholders to work together towards transforming food systems to achieve not just SDG 2 on zero hunger, but also all the other sustainable development goals that are important to creating a world where all people enjoy peace and prosperity. The programs that government is implementing are the Green Scheme program, which is production under irrigation, which aims to increase food production and nutrition, the dry land crop production program under rain-fed, horticulture support program, Namibia agricultural mechanization and seed improvement project, beef value chain development project, the poultry value chain project, the hydroponic fodder production project, and the small stock distribution and development project. It is therefore, ladies and gentlemen, to see all the efforts that are displayed here today with the people who are displaying their produce emanating from their backyard gardens in their homes to promote food security and nutrition at the household level. Given this particular situation, we need to put our hands together in order to ensure the production of quality and nutritious food in the country. I therefore like to encourage households to have backyard gardens consisting of nutritious crops, as this will result in changes in our food and diet habits. I also urge the farmers to become more involved in urban agriculture as well as climate-smart agriculture to ensure increased productivity and improved nutrition at household level. Agriculture should not only take place in rural areas, it should take place in towns and urban centers. The Ministry of Agriculture, what I led before, is at your disposal to encourage you, to teach you, and to train you how to farm. Scientific officers should go out to the community and train farmers how to produce food. Technology is there. We can see it for ourselves, how the others are doing it. Doable, let's have the will to do it.
Okay. Honorable Deputy Minister, this is something from Erongo Regional Council. Wherever you are going, please have us at your heart. Thank you very much.
And now for some sport news. Now, Women Brock Hardware and Building Supplies lifted the Namib Diesel Social League 2021 trophy for the second consecutive year. Now, Namib Diesel sponsored the tournament, and Jaco de Wit confirmed at the prize giving that they would do so again next year. Now, there is no doubt that everyone is already eagerly looking forward to it. Now, during the last round on 25th September, Women Brock Hardware and Building Supplies were the clear winners with 29 points ahead of their nearest rival, a great team that used a minimal number of reserves and played well. Now the entire prize giving results are available on our website, that is at www.erongo.com.na. Now the Namibian Karate Federation held its first national championship in 2 years due to COVID-19 that brought the standstill to all sport events. Now this event took place also in September at the Dome in Swakopmund. Now numerous athletes participated in online training and in online competition since kata was allowed, with 89 athletes and 32 officials in action. Now PRO Ziggy Hense announced that the 2021 UFAK Africa Championships takes place from 3 to 5 December in Cairo, Egypt. The number of members of the Namibian team depends on the availability of funds and could consist of 4 officials and 10 athletes. We plan for this event every year, but without sponsorship it is impossible to attend. The expenditures attached to attending this event are huge. However, not trying to make the trip is tantamount to failure. Now just a quick update on the sports that happened here over the weekend. In the Cricket T20 Coastal League Newbies, that is a Pro-Ed Old Boys Cricket Club, clinched the T20 League, and then the Kudus 2, FNB Kudus 2 team also managed to secure their place in the finals of the Namibia Rugby Union Reserve League, and they managed to win with 1 point against UNAM. But check on our website, that's www.erongo.com.na, that's www.erongo.com.na for all the latest updates happening right here in the region.
Given that Namibia is a dry country, and here in Erongo it's a desert, it's very important that we have to realize the importance of producing our own food. Just recently now, with COVID, we have seen the challenge that, lack of food could be able to bring to our country. So our advocacy is that people should be able to realize it does not matter where you are, whether you are here in the Namib Desert or in the Kalahari Desert or wherever you find yourself, in town, you should be able for you to produce food with the limited space that you have. So our advocacy is that do whatever you can. Food is very important. That use your little space or use your little knowledge that we have. As long as you produce that food, it's going to make a difference. Because remember, our government spend a lot of money for us to make sure that we have food here. But if we as community members, come together and make sure that we utilize your space, believe me, it's going to take that burden from the government, that at the end of the day, that Namibian can be able to produce food for themselves.
In today's weather report, for Walvis Bay, the sun was out at 06:27 and will set at 19:07. Walvis Bay will experience a maximum temperature of 21 degrees with a minimum of 14 and a maximum of 20 degrees predicted for tomorrow. A westerly wind will prevail with a speed of 11 kilometers per hour. For Swakopmund, the sun was out at 06:27 and will set at 19:07. Swakopmund will experience a maximum temperature of 19 degrees with a minimum of 14 and a maximum of 19 degrees predicted for tomorrow. A west-northwesterly wind direction will prevail with a speed of 9 kilometers per hour. For Arandas, the sun was out at 06:26 and will set at 19:05. Arandas will experience a maximum temperature of 31 degrees with a minimum of 13 and a maximum of 29 degrees predicted for tomorrow. A north-northwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 15 kilometers per hour. For Hendy's Bay, the sun was out at 06:29 and will set at 19:08. Hendy's Bay will experience a maximum temperature of 19 degrees with a minimum of 14 and a maximum of 19 degrees predicted for tomorrow. A west-northwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 9 kilometers per hour. For Usakos, the sun was out at 06:24 and will set at 19:02. Usakos will experience a maximum temperature of 36 degrees with a minimum of 15 and a maximum of 37 degrees predicted for tomorrow. A north wind will prevail with a speed of 17 kilometers per hour. For Karibib, the sun was out at 06:23 and will set at 19:01. Karibib will experience a maximum temperature of 36 degrees with a minimum of 16 and a maximum of 37 degrees for tomorrow. A north wind will prevail with a speed of 19 kilometers per hour. For Omaruru, the sun was out at 06:23 and will set at 7 o'clock. Omaruru will experience a maximum temperature of 36 degrees with a minimum of 16 and a maximum of 37 degrees predicted for tomorrow. A north-northeasterly wind will prevail with a speed of 17 kilometers per hour.
Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Erongo Talk, but you can always head on over to our website. That's www.erongo.com.na. That's www.erongo.com.na. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram, or you can get in contact with us at 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040 on both WhatsApp and on Telegram. Now, like I said earlier, it's a brand new week filled with brand new opportunities. Let's tackle it. So enjoy your day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.